morning. I'm Jen Dalton.
And I'm Bob Herzog. Thank you for joining us here on ARC Cincinnati. High Flying Acrobatics, fire eating, sword swallowing, all things you can learn. You can learn.
This is my wire, walking
Look
on
at
wire.
you. Well, I can tell.
I don't even think you did that.
She's several feet off the ground. But you can learn all these things at the Cincinnati Circus Company. I'm going to take you inside their big top classroom just ahead.
That's going to be cool. And also, you can take a trip to Oz. Oh. No hot air balloons, flying houses, broomsticks necessary. We're going to hear about a wonderful show by the Cincinnati Ballet coming to Music Hall. Can't wait to talk about that.
Let's see what's brewing in the tri-state, though, first.
Oh, my goodness. Lots of precipitation over the past few days. We're taking a live look at the Ohio River, courtesy of EarthCam. You can see the water level still very high. The good news, the flooding has hit its peak. The bad news, it could be until Sunday before the water level is back to normal.
Earlier this morning, local first responders pulled off a water rescue. 3 people were trapped in a car this morning on Riddle's Run near 536 in Boone County. That's real close to Rabbit Hash. They were in water up to the door handles of the vehicle. Ugh. Our crew out on scene says all 3 were taken to the hospital for observation. Now, you've heard us say this again and again this week and in prior weeks and in prior years. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to say it into the future. If the road is flooded, turn around. Don't drown. Don't drive through it. You think you can't, and you can't. Just don't. Right. Don't risk it. Don't risk your family. I hate to see people in that situation. It's so scary. I can't imagine what it must be like to have that moment where all of a sudden
I don't want to imagine.
All of a sudden there's nothing you can do. You're not in control of the vehicle at all. That's scary.
And
That's
it
scary
could be
stuff.
one of those situations where I could see somebody thinking, oh, that looks like it's just a little bit of water. I'm going to drive over that.
Maybe a dip.
But then you don't realize that there's a dip,
right.
And it could start to enter your car so fast. It almost feels like a movie scene where you just can picture that rising water level. Next thing you know, it's up to the door.
Right.
Scary. So thank goodness there were crews out there that were able to get them to safety fast.
100%. I wanted to mention a little more than a week ago, talking about water and bridges thereover. Purple People Bridge was in jeopardy, the potential of having to do something with it. Well, now Newport's mayor says the city is fully committed to keeping the bridge open. Earlier this month, we learned the funds used to repair the structure, that whole funding source, it's almost out of money. The bridge closed last year for repairs after rocks began to fall from one of the trusses. Still needs more than $600,000 in long-term repair. Mayor Tom Gaduli says he's confident, though, the city will get some help.
It was something that was never done before and never done by a city of our size. So there was a risk in that. And it's been 20-something years, which is pretty impressive that we're at this point today and have been stewards of an incredible asset. But in the end, we have to have support of the community at large to make this more sustainable and, frankly, more incredible.
The mayor says fundraising for the first phase of repair is nearly complete. He's also planning to visit Kansas City, where a public-private partnership keeps a similar pedestrian bridge open with the new development. I think pretty much everybody is happy to hear that is going to remain a thing, or at least there are plans in place to keep it going, which is excellent news.
I mean, for so many different things, because we've talked about it's beautiful, but people utilize it all the time.
It just ties the
us
riverfront together. It ties the room together, like a nice plant. Like a fern.
I love a nice plant.
Oh, just ties the room together.
I have lots of plants in my home. Oh. Yeah, my husband says too many.
Photosynthesis, Jen.
You know what?
What?
We're missing a plant. We would need one with
we still got the chia.
We got the hole up there.
And we got the chia Chewbacca.
I got him chia Chewbacca for Christmas, so we could grow chia Chewbacca. Let's do that. Tanner doesn't trust us with a plant.
I think we
can
keep a chia pet alive.
Okay.
Nothing else. We've proven we can't keep the stink bugs alive.
I think that's a good thing. Oh, there it is. Chuck got a shot of the
chewy. That's what I did.
Oh, Tanner, it only took us 4 minutes to go off the rails. I apologize. Speaking of bridges, the Big Mac may be back, but Northern Kentucky businesses still have some catching up to do. I mean, you would imagine that. At the beginning of the year, Bellevue Mayor, Charlie Cleaves says he and his marketing director came up with a plan to help businesses try to bounce back. And they're calling it Bringing Back Businesses. The initiative has turned into a collaboration of several cities and organizations. Dayton, Covington, Fort Thomas, Newport, all participating in 5 days of specials, each day featuring different kinds of businesses. Both Bellevue and Dayton will kick things off Tuesday.
So Tuesday, we're going to try and have all the lunch places have $10 lunches, and that should bring the business people back. The following day is retail stores. They will all have discounts on certain merchandise.
Mayor Cleaves says so far about 20 businesses in Bellevue are signed up to participate in the specials. The specials begin in Newport, Fort Thomas, and Covington on March 4th. Special deals and events in all 5 cities take place the following week. I think it's smart.
Absolutely. Success for one, success for all. You know what I mean, kind of a thing.
And remind people, that all these great businesses are there, because when you get in a different pattern for a long period of time, you kind of, if it used to be your, daily commute where you'd pull off onto the Bellevue exit and stop and get coffee at someplace, and then you stopped that for 2 months or whatever.
Yep.
Maybe you just
It's
need a reminder
you're out of
that's
the flow.
there, or,
Yeah.
or
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like Horton Hears a Who. We are here. We are here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's
It's like, who will save the trees? Who will save the businesses?
Oh.
We will.
Did you just go Lorax
People.
with
I
it?
did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to wrap up What's Brewing with a story that's going to tug on the old heartstrings a little bit. 5 local couples are proving that dementia does not diminish love. So the couples will renew their vows today. That includes Robert and Carolyn Holland. They wed almost 60 years ago. Each couple will march down the aisle to the same music from their wedding years ago. Thank you to Liberty Place in Westchester for sharing those sweet photos with us. And that's what a wonderfully kind thing to make happen for those couples who are going through, for what a lot of us, at least at the place we are in our lives right now, it's just an unimaginable thing. But tell me that photo isn't just.
It's so sweet.
Yeah, that's a wonderful moment in time.
Cake there. I love that cake.
Yeah, it is.
I hope
Good stuff.
They maybe send us some photos
Yeah.
of the ceremony. If any of you folks there are, or we'll follow up and see if we can get some. I would like to see those.
Yeah.
Hey, before we end this block, can I just say again, 75 southbound.
Is it still? I was going to ask. Is it still
I'm going
closed?
to double check when we come back, but 75 southbound has been closed right before the Norwood Lateral for a semi-crash for many mornings. Well, those are the traffic times, but you can still see the interstates are still. But we'll double check on 75 southbound before the lateral and let you know here when I come back. But it's definitely still slow out there.
8:07. It's full steam ahead. Coming up, we hear from some of the captains who will be piloting those steamboats, those big old paddle wheelers. They're coming to the River Roots Festival. Stay with us.
Is this natural wonder primarily made of stone?
Yes, as am I.
Person, place, or thing. Today at 5 on Star 64.
On Feud,
If you had an identical twin, what would you make them do for you?
you either nail it
My chores, Steve.
or fail it.
Rob a bank. Give me the money, then turn him in.
Family Feud.
You a dirty brother, man.
Family Feud. Tonight starting at 5:30 on Star 64.
Ever since Kimora was a little girl, she had her sight, and Spectrum Internet brought the sky to her fingertips. As Kimora grew, her dreams grew with her, evolving and elevating with unlimited connectivity made possible by Spectrum Internet. Switch to Spectrum Internet Premier for just $30 a month with a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-839-0139. The sky was never the limit for Kimora. Let your dreams take flight and live life unlimited.
Get back in the swing of things. Back on your feet. Back to work. Just tell us what hurts. Ortho Cincy offers online scheduling. Same the next day appointments. Walking orthopedic urgent care. Connect with expert surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists, providing innovative care solutions for common and chronic orthopedic issues. Just tell us what hurts. Ortho Cincy, the orthopedic authority.
Teasdale Fenton has been providing our neighbors in the tri-state area with premier carpet cleaning and restoration services.
I'm absolutely amazed with our results.
And right now, you can have 5 rooms and a hallway cleaned for just $119.
This is the Big Bang. Big Bang.
With True Green, we got a great price on a golf course quality lawn,
which attracted golfers.
Morning.
Who needs a warm-up?
PGA Tour quality lawns for as little as $1 a day.
Good morning. That just looks kind of cold when you look outside. It's pretty, but you can see the light snow cover out there. And I do want to confirm that southbound 75 in Ohio is still shut down just north of the Norwood Lateral. So keep that in mind. Yeah, there was a semi that overturned. They've got it up right, but there was some sort of spill. They're still cleaning that up. So we will let you know if we hear that reopens. Cold out there this morning. A fall festival, though, in Cincinnati hopes to draw a national, even international crowd.
Yeah, it'll be unlike anything in the world, we're told, and a true step back in time as well. Yesterday, the planning meeting for America's River Roots Festival got underway.
In a glass lobby draped with flags and maps, riverboat captains from around the country gathered.
By the time we leave New Orleans and get up here, it'll take us about 7 days.
He flew this time, but in October, Captain Stephen Nichols from the steamer Natchez out of New Orleans, Louisiana, will ride the river 1,100 miles to dock here.
You know, very special because the Natchez itself, it's built in 1975, but she resembles a lot of the old steamers from back in the day. So Mark Twain himself will be, at home on my boat.
It'll be one of 9 riverboats cruising up and down with parades, races, and excitement. The festival, with a unique fusion of music, cuisine, and culture, will take place on both the Kentucky and Ohio side.
You are truly going to have an event here in Cincinnati that does not happen anywhere else in the world.
Organizers expect 80,000 people to ride on 200 different cruises over the course of 5 days, October 8th through the 12th, on the water and on land.
Each zone will have a different stage with a different genre of music all weekend long. It's a kind of thing that you should plan a staycation in Cincinnati because Saturday isn't enough. Come Wednesday, come Thursday.
It's a celebration for America's 250th as the sights, sounds, and flavors of the nation come alive on the banks of the Ohio River.
Now, tickets are still available. They start at $20 for some of those cruises. This is the official America's River Roots site. And you see, everything's sort of split up into different sections. You got dinner, late night events, riverboat racing, sightseeing. All the events are clearly listed. We'll have a link inside the story at local12.com. I will mention, Aaliyah said earlier she has already gotten tickets for some cruise or something.
Okay.
And she said a lot of those things, believe it or not, already sold out.
Seriously?
Already spoken for. So yeah, if you want to be involved, and it's going to be a heck of a thing. Should be a lot of fun.
I mean, something like we haven't seen in quite a while.
Very tall,
Maybe
stacky.
never seen, yeah.
Very tall, stacky.
Right.
And it's been a while for that too.
I'm glad you give us the heads up on that if you get on those sites and get those tickets.
No doubt. 13 minutes after 8. Well, if this TV thing doesn't work out, maybe I can just run off and join the circus. Just ahead. Take you on a trip to the Cincinnati Circus Company where they can teach you all sorts of, different things.
During Sleep Outfitters President's Day sale, find dream deals store-wide. Save up to $800 on select adjustable sets from Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. Now at Sleep Outfitters, the way mattress shopping should be.
At Lindner Center of Hope, we're more than a mental health center. We're your steadfast source of clarity, hope, and guidance. Our commitment to individualized mental health care is unwavering. We prioritize your well-being through innovative treatments and compassionate expertise. Every journey is unique. We see you and offer a nurturing light along your path to mental health and healing. Lindner Center of Hope, illuminating pathways to a healthier, happier community. Visit us at LindnerCenterofHope.org. Your journey to hope starts here.
Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because when you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer.
Ooh, I won again. What are the odds? Hey, double or nothing?
Why take it with a trade-in? Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. All we do is buy cars. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Nice.
Don't gamble with dealers. Get your free online valuation now at
WeBuyAnyCar.com. At Silver Fern, they furnish you 2 meals a day.
The food is excellent.
This community is very warm and friendly.
I'm just a person, and they're treating me like a queen.
Silver Fern is great for the elevators, the food, and the people's friendly.
To me, Silver Fern is kindness.
Silver Fern is absolutely heaven.
Since moving to Silver Fern, I no longer feel lonely.
During Sleep Outfitters President's Day sale, get any size mattress for the twin size price. That's up to 50% off most Sealy or Encore mattresses. Queen start at just $199. Now at Sleep Outfitters, the way mattress shopping should be.
In the immortal words of that guy, John Lomax, happy Friday Eve.
Yes. This week, you've braved the cold and the rain and the snow and all kinds of other things, the traffic. Why not celebrate? So meteorologist Tara Blake is joining us here on the ARC set to talk about some of the fun events happening in the Tri-State this weekend. Then we'll talk a little weather.
Yeah, I'm ready to do other things that don't involve having to brave weather conditions.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But speaking of braving some conditions,
oh gosh,
FC
this one.
Cincinnati is already back.
I know, it's wild.
It feels hard to believe, but the season is officially here. They got a huge win last night. Our FC Cincinnati's opening match for the MLS season at home is this Saturday after a 1-4 tournament win last night in Honduras. FC Cincy is going to kick off the regular season taking on the New York Red Bulls on Saturday. If you don't have a ticket, no worries. You are still invited to a pregame party at Washington Park starting at 4. And then at 6:30 starts the march at TQL, and the kickoff is at 7:30. I'm predicting about 32.
Wow.
It hurts me. It pains me to say that.
It hurts me too, but then we do it for the Bengals. Like if it was a Bengals game, I would be like, yeah, it's cold,
Sure.
but I'm going. So,
And you're a little bit more shielded inside of TQL.
Why does soccer feel like it should be
Right.
warmer? Like, I don't know why that is. It just feels like it should be a warmer experience.
I don't know. Maybe it's because our kids play soccer and it usually starts later in March and seems like a spring, summer kind of thing.
Soccer's weird though. I do feel like I was a soccer player my entire life. I remember those first runs. They hurt so much because it's so cold.
I remember spring soccer sitting out on the sidelines, which is coming up again as a parent.
So it's starting out sitting in your winter coat, and then you're ending, and it's like 90, and you're like, what is this season? It's kind of like basketball. I feel like the NBA literally goes through for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
At least they're always inside.
That's true.
they don't have to worry about it quite as much.
Just bundle up.
Yeah.
That's the point of that weather story.
For SC and Evander.
Evander last night, apparently was great. Pavel Buka had 2 goals last night, I think. So good start in the CONCACAF.
What is that?
Super
and
exciting.
they play next Wednesday again in the CONCACAF. So they've got a game Saturday, and then again on Wednesday they play Motagua again.
Yeah. Just so we can
Starting
keep saying CONCACAF.
Yeah, we love to say CONCACAF.
My favorite thing to say. CONCACAF.
What is old is new again. A massive celebration of mid-century modern design is this weekend at Sharonville Convention Center. The 20th Century Cincinnati Vintage Modern Expo kicks
that's
off
fun.
tomorrow at, again, the Sharonville Convention Center. At the expo, you're going to find vintage pieces focusing on furniture and decor from the 50s and 60s. I've been to this before. It's really neat, and the expo runs through Sunday.
It looks neat.
Yeah.
It does look neat.
I have a problem with those things, though. I go, and then I want everything. So
spend all the money.
Yeah.
Can you buy, or is it just view?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh no,
So
yeah.
you can,
I feel like Callie would really like that. She's into that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
she likes a pop
depending
of
upon
color, you know.
Yeah, and depending upon your house, that's where you can find pieces that actually match the style of your home.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what
I
you mean.
imagine you.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a table. It's great. Hey, you can watch a Tony Award-winning musical this weekend. Kimberly Akimbo is taken to the stage at the Aronoff Center. The musical is about a teen who suffers from a condition that rapidly accelerates the aging process. This show has received high praise from critics for its witty humor and heartfelt story. Kimberly Akimbo will be playing in the Procter & Gamble Hall at the Aronoff through March 2nd.
Yesterday during our 9 o'clock hour, I interviewed one of the stars who, it's crazy. You should watch the interview because it's on local12.com. She is a student at CCM.
Right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Also in the touring production of Kimberly Akimbo. So in order to complete her classes, she Zooms into her musical theater class.
Wow.
When she's like during the day, and then at night she performs this Broadway.
How incredibly
touring
impressive
production.
to be studying the thing
Right.
and then already doing the thing that you are studying.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
And the fact that, the university, or college, I guess it'd be considered, was accommodating.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Because a lot of people
she's doing
fight
it.
that kind of stuff, you
Yeah.
know? So
Right.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
She's doing her craft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the craft, it's your last chance to watch this chaos unfold. It's the final weekend for the Children's Theater of Cincinnati's The Cat in the Hat production. I've been lucky enough to work with the company again, playing the cat in this show. There's one public performance tomorrow, 2 Saturday, and the public finale is Sunday at the Taft Theater. Local 12 is the media sponsor for the production. The Children's Theater did have some help bringing all the wacky and wild antics of Dr. Seuss to life on the stage. If you come, you'll see the show demonstrating the unbelievable talents of local acrobats and circus pros. So this morning, I thought I'd take you to Gulf Manor and go behind the scenes of the Cincinnati Circus Company to see where the thrills come together. Have you ever been looking for something to do when you wonder, is the circus in town? Well, turns out the circus is always in town.
If you want jugglers, fire performers, magicians, sword swallower, aerial acrobats, anything like that, we can supply.
The Cincinnati Company has been around for over 25 years now, and Dan Luckett has been part of it for 14. Like the others who work here, some full-time, some part-time, he brings along a certain set of skills.
All right, here we go.
My. Okay. I have the power! Circus! I can do this, right? And for those who might not quite be ready for the big top, there's still a chance to learn.
We have an incredible aerial class program, so if you're interested in learning aerial acrobatics, lyra, silks like in Cirque du Soleil, trapeze, anything, people can come to our location. We have classes open to the public.
And though the classes happen here at the training facility, the performances can be anywhere from backyard birthday parties to huge corporate events. You don't come to the Cincinnati Circus Company. The Cincinnati Circus Company comes to you. Life's pretty hectic. We're all juggling lots of different things, but there's always time for a little circus. That's so close to my face.
Come closer.
Oh my God, I'm good.
Story. Him
was a
letting you
lot of
pull the
trust.
sword out of his throat, and then you trusting them to throw those things right around your head.
It's super strange to,
Yeah,
because
no.
there's like it's not an easy pull.
Oh my
I wouldn't be able to do
Oh
it.
my
There's
gosh.
some-
Jen and I couldn't even watch it.
And so I asked
talented.
Dan, I'm like, how do circus people find each other?
Oh, yeah, they know how
His
to find
immediate reaction was, circuspeoplemeet.com. No, but that's not true. But he just said, well, we've been around for 25 years, so we'll go out and do things. And sometimes people will come up, like after a corporate performance, say, hey, I can eat fire. I can do whatever. And then all of a sudden, they're out doing jobs with the Cincinnati Circus Company.
Just like theater people find each other.
You're right. It's just I don't know what it is. Like a force, like a tractor beam. I should say. Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you
All
guys
very
have special
talented.
talents, like where you swallow swords?
Not like that.
I can juggle.
Yeah, he can juggle.
Club juggling, it's a little more difficult because you have to flip them in addition to the throwing them.
How do you find talents like that? Like, how are you like, yes.
Boredom in middle school, mostly.
That's true. Yeah. Hacky sack, where you start with a hacky sack and then decide, I'm going to actually just go with the hands and try to juggle.
I'm by myself. I guess I'll learn how to juggle and talk like Donald Duck. You know what I mean? Not really.
Yeah. And then
You're
there's
probably
kids
cool.
that
You
have
got
those
friends.
magic kits and start with the magic kits.
Oh my
and
gosh.
And then move on to bigger
You get
and
like
better.
the Blackstone magic kit. Oh.
And I feel like all my kids went through that
Sure.
stage where they were like, yes, this is going to be my future.
And some people find other things, and some people just keep on keeping
Yeah.
on. Because some of those folks are full-time, as I mentioned with the circus. Some are part-time. Like the gentleman you saw on the unicycle. My favorite thing about Olaf is he's an aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
See, I love that.
He just also happens to ride a unicycle and juggle.
He got a lot of talents.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So, do they often perform at different? Do they have any public performances other than like doing with theater, like with you?
It's mostly, I think, when other organizations bring them into something. So if you go, somebody's having a 100th anniversary celebration of their business, or they're doing that kind of, and they want to dazzle.
Okay.
That's the dazzle.
I was going to say if there was, you should go and see them with Bob at the Children's Theater this weekend.
They're so fun.
Yeah, and it's because it's going to be cold.
It's going to be better inside.
It's always
sounds
toasty
good.
in the Taft. That much I promise
There
you.
we go.
All right, perfect,
Yeah.
which means I want to go. Here's a look at the next 4 days as we get you closer to the weekends. We do have the most extreme temperatures today. Feels like at our warmest about 10 degrees, so very, very cold, but the flurries are fading. And then we are dry. We are dry until maybe Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. I actually think Wednesday night into Thursday is our next best chance. So we get to warm up. 32 and freezing sounds so much better because it's not in the 20s. And then 30s become 40s. Sunday probably the best of the weekend with your sunshine. So go see Bob on Saturday. And then Sunday you can maybe take a nice long walk outside. I know I will be. We have 50s for the beginning of next week.
Hey, there we go. That sounds
The chance
wonderful.
to just dry out our poor
Yeah.
rivers,
Right.
our
Yeah.
poor roads at this point, and businesses impacted and homes impacted. So
Yeah.
glad to see that we are quieting down.
Yeah,
Teenagers in shorts on Monday. Mark it
Oh,
down. If it's going to be in the
Lord.
50s, mark it down. Shorts and hoodies.
Oh, yeah.
All the way
Not
around.
just
My
teenagers,
kids
I'm
are
sure.
the big thing now, right? At least right now. I'm not full into the teenager. I've got the preteen, but it's always the coat on the head only, no arms. I'm like, I guess at least you're covering your head.
Oh.
But
Like hood, no
just the
arms?
hood
Like a
and-
cloak?
Like a cloak.
It's just, I don't know why they do that.
I'm very
I-
pro
yeah,
Mine
cloak.
does that too.
I've always
Yeah.
been a big cloak guy.
Yeah.
Why? Just wear the coat.
It makes you feel like a superhero.
Boys. We've got boys.
A little
Yeah.
bit. I don't know. I don't know
Just
what
wear
it
the
is.
coat. All right.
I did want to mention before we go, the plan right now, unless something happens, is we'll be doing the 8 o'clock hour from the Taft Theater tomorrow.
Oh, that's right, we will.
So we'll
Yeah.
give you a little closer look at some of the
So
behind the
Jen
scenes
is
stuff.
gonna. What are you gonna do?
Well, we've done the show down there before. We do our
Yeah,
regular
I
show.
just mean you're
She's gonna eat fire.
That's what I was hoping.
By tomorrow, we're gonna teach her how to do that.
You need to be taught something so you can perform.
I'll work on something for tomorrow. But hey, we in addition to going to see Bob this weekend, we've got some other great things, including the Cincinnati Ballet. Time now is 8:26, and whether you are looking for a brain, a heart, or a little courage, the show is for you. Just ahead, we're going to chat with one of the creative minds behind the Cincinnati Ballet's Wizard of Oz.
When your life is messy, come on my show.
This is a really bad situation.
But we can deal with that mess together.
Karamo, today at 2 on Star 64.
Teasdale Fenton's air duct cleaning services rid your home of unwanted contaminants that can cause various respiratory issues for you and your family.
As a busy mom, I would highly recommend Teasdale Fenton to my friends and family.
Visit our website or call now to schedule air duct cleaning today.
I started having knee pain in my early 50s. I'm Phil Simms, pro football legend and TV analyst. My knee pain would wake me up during the middle of the night. It hurt me every time I played sports, if it was basketball, tennis, and even golf. I quit being active, and it got to a point where I want to be active, and that's why I'm sitting here today.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers uses an image-guided procedure that allows them to place an all-natural cushioning gel directly into the affected joint, restoring mobility and relieving your pain without surgery or downtime. It's covered by Medicare and most private insurance.
It even hurt when I was walking on the treadmill. I never thought about having surgery because I didn't want to go through the pain or the recovery. I just know how hard that is because I've been through enough of them. Then I found Arthritis Knee Pain Centers.
At Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, our FDA-approved non-surgical procedure replenishes the missing cushioning fluid to provide you with pain relief, comfort, and improved mobility without surgery or downtime.
If you have knee pain, don't wait. Call Arthritis Knee Pain Centers right now.
Call 800-507-1406.
After a couple of days, I knew the treatment was going to work. I think what really surprised me is how easy it was and how there was no pain to the treatment. I'm very happy because now I'm more active in my life and I love it. I have no pain, that's gone away, and I got to tell you, I feel great. I'm back to playing a little tennis. I played pickleball, which I said I would never do, and psychologically it's just made me feel better in life. You know, I wake up and go, well, if I have a little free time, I'll be active today, where in the past, I would not.
Remember, our non-surgical procedure is covered by Medicare and most private insurance.
Arthritis Knee Pain Centers, they relieved my pain and changed my life. I'm playing tennis again. They got me back in the game.
Call Arthritis Knee Pain Centers now and schedule your no-charge, no-obligation knee pain screening. Call 800-507-1406. That's 800-507-1406.
Maury, today at 3 on Star 64.
Good morning and welcome back. I'm Jen Dalton.
And I'm Bob Herzog. Thank you for joining us here on ARC Cincinnati. This weekend, you can be transported over the rainbow by the Cincinnati Ballet.
Yeah, and here to talk about their interpretation of The Wizard of Oz is the ballet's artistic director, Servilio Miguel Amador. Good morning, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited to talk about this show because, first of all, it's Wizard of Oz, but we were talking about, in terms of timing, you can't do much better than you're doing right now, coming off the popularity of Wicked. Does that add anything extra into the mix for you, or are you so focused on just telling this story that stuff just sort of stays out on the periphery?
No, I think we got super lucky with that. With that timing, it kind of brings the story back to life. I'll tell you that I was at the theater yesterday, seeing it all come together, and what a spectacle production.
Love it.
Like truly, so many moving parts, literally so many moving parts. You have flying, you have dynamic costume, you have intricate choreography, and of course, iconic characters that we fell in love when we were a kid, right? Like, I remember when I first was introduced to the story, it sparked my imagination, and I learned things about friendship and teamwork and hope. I also learned that we do not need a wizard, right? For pure heart desire.
Oh, look at that. And we're seeing some of the footage of the good witch, Glinda there. She
Glinda.
is flying. So how do you take something that is so iconic as the Wizard of Oz, that we are first used to as seeing as a film, and now it's into a different type of film, or then to a Broadway play, and then to a film called Wicked, and translating that into a ballet? What's that process like?
So the choreographer is Tim Weber, and he loved to tell stories. And the way he described The Wizard of Oz is he took the concept of the story, but he wanted to give it his own tweak. You will have to come to the performance to find what those tweaks are, but he didn't want it to be exactly as the story goes. And he's been very clever of utilizing, for example, projections that we have, front projection and back projections in the performance, which give you this immersive feeling, like a 3D kind of feel, and it feels like a live movie when you put the choreography, the costume, the projection, the music played by the CSO musicians, which is fantastic. It truly feels like a spectacle.
When you have families come out to this, and you will, what do you think the reaction is going to be from children when they look up on stage and see this all
I think it's going to be
unfold?
Like the magic is right there in front of your eyes when you're seeing the flying, the intricate choreography, the characters, the costume, the way they transform themselves. It's right there, it's palpable. And I think I have 3 kids of my own, and I cannot wait for them to come and see this production.
Do you expect that? I do, that you're going to have some kids showing up in their costumes of their own. Oh my God, I love that so much when they're standing and they'd want to get pictures, and it's just such a great opportunity. Are there any special events around the show? Sometimes you have, matinees, or you have different things going on.
Yeah, related to that, I love the approach that we take to the lobby. So we activate the entire lobby of music hall, so they have opportunity to take photos and to interact with characters. So it's very alive. And yes, we have 7:30 p.m. performances, but we also have 2 p.m. performances, and we have 1 p.m. performances. We open tomorrow, Friday, and we run until March 2nd, so 2 weekends. Plenty of options.
Plenty, yeah.
We talked about, some of the kids will show up in costume. I want to talk about the costumes we actually see in the show, the costumes, the set design, because that's an entirely different element just from getting the dance down. How does that stuff come together for you?
So very, very elaborate costumes. Our wardrobe department works day and night to make sure that everything is like perfect, and the way that fit our dancers need to be absolutely perfect. There is a lot of choreography, a lot of moving, very intricate, so it just needs to be really tailored to the dancer wearing the costume, and they're just so
You gotta know where that tail's going if you start spinning like that.
Right. Oh my gosh, just look at it.
Oh, so great.
What does the rehearsal process look like for a show like this?
So we take 5 weeks. It takes us 5 weeks to put this production together, and the dancers work from Monday through Friday, 7.5 hours a day of rehearsing, exercising. And then, towards the end, you will see like we bring all the elements to the studio. So we try to use all the props, as many props as we can, and we try to use the costumes in the studio so the dancers get comfortable with it. And then we move into the theater on the 6th week.
Oh my gosh, I know.
We're just watching the video.
I love the Tin Man. It's so fun.
Oh, and they're just so exquisite and just an incredible company that you have,
Very
to put on
lucky.
a show like this. Do they enjoy doing shows like this?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think for them is the combination between how athletic this show is. Super
That's
athletic.
what we were watching the video. I just thought the physical prowess. Oh
the
my!
stamina required for a production like this one is incredible. But it's also developing the characters. When you have an opportunity to tell a story, then you feel like an artist. And how each of them start developing their character is really, for me, it's really beautiful to see.
Not that we want to look past this production, but do you have anything else coming down the yellow brick road, so to speak, that we should talk about?
Something else coming up. I think for our next program, which we're going to close our season with, it completely twist. It will be more contemporary program, more like forward-thinking, no boundaries. Is the title. It's called Director's Vision, so it's going to be one of my favorite triple bills that we have done so far. And we'll have representations from 2 European choreographers and one choreographer that is actually used to be a dancer in our company, so it's a local superstar.
Great.
We have Cacti by Alexander Ekman, we have Our Story by David Morris, and we have Delmira by Annabelle Lopez Ochoa. Super cool.
You'll have to come back and visit us again.
Please, let's chat about it.
Or we could go. I was saying I hadn't been to the new facility. I would love to go see it.
You remember the Peter Pan? We can do one of those.
I remember you
together.
doing Peter Pan and me mostly running away. But yes, I do remember. It was great. That was great.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
It was really great to see you. Thanks for
My
coming
pleasure.
in.
Really, thank you for having me, and I hope to see everyone at Musical these
And
next
quickly,
couple of weekends.
before we let you go, where can people get tickets and find out more?
Easy, just like go online, look for Cincinnati Ballet, go to our website, you can purchase ticket in our website or call our box office and you can talk to them and I'm sure they'll get you the seats that you would like.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, time now is 8:37. From window cleaner to bad guy punching action star. Okay, Star Wars actress Daisy Ridley, she's out with a new movie called Cleaner, and we're going to take a closer look next on Cinema 64.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
Oh my God, you look so smart now. Molecules.
Tonight at 7 on Star 64.
On the next Young Sheldon.
What is this? The dorm room. All yours.
And remember, no parties. That was a joke.
Sheldon's got a room of his own.
Why is his life constantly better than mine? You have a very nice life. Yeah, loving parents, blah, blah, blah.
The next Young Sheldon.
Tonight at 7:30.
If you thought the best President's Day deals have come and gone,
Think again.
for one more weekend at Big Sandy, start with up to 20% off comparable market prices. Plus, get up to an additional 10 to 15% off furniture. Save $350 on a Grey Queen upholstered bed, now $899. Power reclining sofa and power reclining console love seat, now just $19.99. Get the matching power recliner free and up to 5 years interest free at Big Sandy's Superstore.
If you're at home right now and you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, you need to pay special attention to this next segment as we discuss neuropathy.
What is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and the legs primarily.
And what are the symptoms?
The major symptoms we see are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, problems with your balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable, and we can get some great results.
If you're experiencing burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or having balance issues, call today for your nerve damage screening. Your nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our innovative treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe there is nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 25 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Act now and call to schedule your nerve damage screening. First 25 callers receive this screening for free.
All right, heroes can come from the unlikeliest of places in life. And on the big screen, I don't know why, the hand gestures just felt right. There's a new movie called The Cleaner, and it is heading to theaters this weekend. And this morning, we wanted to take a closer look.
Daisy Ridley has a high-stress job, very high up in Cleaner.
Joey, you were late again, so you still owe me an hour. Get in.
I love her. I think she is a very relatable woman in my world. Running late, having a panic, various things are happening. Oh my God, how am I going to get everything done?
And that's before terrorists take over an ultra-high-profile gathering at her skyscraper.
999, what's your emergency?
Are you kidding me? Head bad guys Clive Owen and Taz Skylar think they've thought of everything.
Great to have you on board. Any attempt to gain access, the whole building explodes.
But even 1,000 feet up, Joey's particular set of skills allow her to get inside, rescue her brother who has autism.
Hey Joey, get a grip. Your brother needs you. She is not the best sister and she has messed up. But she's trying to make it right.
And take out the bad guys. Ridley says she enjoyed the fight training.
So focused on the intimacy of a fight and the intimacy of being very close physically to someone. And honestly, using your surroundings. Put it down.
Everyone's got a personal, Joey.
If you touch him, I will end you.
I think he is relishing the opportunity to do something that he will only ever get to do once.
I was never there for you. This time I'm not gonna let you down.
She looks like she gets really beat up in that.
So let me get this straight. An unlikely hero in a high-rise building overtaken by bad guys.
We've maybe seen that before. Is it happening at Christmas? Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it's happening.
If it
at
did,
Christmas.
would it be a Christmas movie?
that question would certainly be asked. No, total Die Hard vibes, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Daisy Ridley.
Yeah. Not on Nakatomi Tower. I remember when I actually drove by that building. I think it was when you and I were out in L.A. and I drove by it's not Nakatomi Plaza, but the building that was Nakatomi Plaza, and I'm like,
very excited you were.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting for me. I don't get out.
Well, the movie looks good. I mean, she looks like she loves the action.
I always wish she would be on that window thing and just pull out a lightsaber and just go to town on them. That'd be awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Maybe that's the sequel.
That's the sequel.
Yeah. Janelle Monáe is taking the money and running. The award-winning actress is set to star in an adaptation of Tanya Smith's memoir, Never Saw Me Coming. Smith went from teenage hacker to mastermind of multi-million-dollar heists, outsmarting federal agents who thought a black woman couldn't be clever enough to pull off such sophisticated crimes. Well, Monáe is not only starring in the film, but producing it through her company, Wonderland Pictures, as well. She's
Good on her.
So talented, so beautiful. That story, I'm not familiar with that story.
Right.
But it sounds very interesting.
I like finding out about things, historical things like that I go, why didn't I already know that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, good. Please. You can purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Prince's classic from 1984.
Yes.
Purple Rain is returning to movie theaters for one night only. The movie has been remastered by Dolby Vision, meaning higher picture and remixed sound. By higher picture, I assume we mean quality. Not that you'll be made high. You'll be able to see this updated version of Prince's Purple Rain on March 5th at select AMC theaters. We confirmed there are screenings at the AMC in Newport, Anderson, Westchester, and Hamilton. So it'll be around.
What's her name?
If you want to go see it.
Actress.
Was Vanity? Not Vanity.
Vanity, is that right?
No, I don't think that's right.
Anybody? What? That's not Sheila E., though, the actress, is it? Wasn't she the someone that was in The Last Dragon? It was Vanity, right?
Is it Vanity?
I think so.
So I just said it. I just said a word. I don't know if it was the right word.
What word did you say?
Vanity.
Yeah.
Is that her?
Is that her? Tanner,
I
will you
don't
look
know.
it up?
All I know is the Purple Rain soundtrack an argument can be made that is the greatest soundtrack that features all original tunes and not like Big Chill had a great soundtrack, but it was all like sort of classic. Apollonia, not Vanity.
I knew it was one word.
Daggone it. Okay. Vanity was someone else. Anyway, best soundtrack perhaps of all kind. But there was all sort of controversy when that came out, the soundtrack. Do you remember why? Do you remember what song in particular was problematic, especially, I believe, for Tipper Gore?
Gosh, I don't.
Darling Nikki.
Oh, Darling Nikki, yes, yeah. Well,
I knew a girl named Nikki.
No, go on with the lyrics. Stop right there. Yes. The whole movie was a little saucy and spicy.
It was saucy. Then Morris Day would come out. You remember when Lomax would do his Morris Day imitation?
Oh, I miss John.
So good. So good. But no, Purple Rain is just one of those ones that if you are of that time, and you were of a certain age in the middle of the 80s.
It was something, especially, on the big screen.
Let's Go Crazy was on that.
Yeah.
It was on that.
And still, Prince playing Purple Rain in the rain at the Super Bowl, best ever.
Hands down. Don't care what anybody says ever. It's the best, and it is untouchable. Cynthia Erivo is hitting the Tony's red carpet, but not as a nominee. She is hosting this year's Tony Awards. Is she just having a moment right now, or what?
She is.
The Wicked star won a Tony of her own in 2016 for her role as Sally in The Color Purple, and she's nominated for an Academy Award for her performance here in Wicked. Erivo is an Oscar win away from achieving the coveted EGOT status for those who hold an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony Award. Nominations for the Tonys will be announced May 1st. Yeah, she's kind of everywhere right now. We just were talking yesterday about her taking on a role in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah. She'll do great.
She's so talented.
Yeah.
She can do whatever they put in front of her, I'm sure. So she'll be
sure.
great at it. Well, tonight you can see a local woman's story in a TV show called Scam Goddess. Now, you might remember this if you watch regularly. We spoke with author Victoria Ellen a few weeks back about being featured in this new docuseries. Take a look.
About 20 years ago, I got married, had a crazy, crazy marriage, escaped, and kind of was on my own with 2 children for about 10 years. And my ex came back from the dead, and we were involved in litigation for nearly 10 years, a case that went to the Ohio Supreme Court as well as a federal trial. And I ended up writing my true crime memoir about the entire experience. Just watching them pull all of the pieces together, pulling all of my files from the past, pictures from our past, everything from our case, locally and with the state and feds, involving the Secret Service and district attorneys. It was wild just to kind of watch it, come together.
Victoria Ellen's episode of Scam Goddess is streaming now on Hulu, and the title of her episode that is about her and her ex-husband is called The Royal Racket.
And you've watched some of the other episodes,
I have.
correct?
Yes.
And you already knew her story.
Yes.
But you've liked how the show has handled other stories as well?
I think it's very interesting and very entertaining, the show. So Scam Goddess was a very popular podcast.
Okay.
About true crime and cons that Hulu got a hold of and turned it into this show.
Okay.
And so Victoria wrote the book like she talked about, and I've read Victoria's book. It's called Painting in the Rain, and it is, I could not put it down. And she's local, she's from this area.
Right.
So I got to know her, and then they found out about her story from her book and then wanted to feature it on this. And so it's on Hulu now, and this is, I think, the 6th one in the series. But I've watched. Yeah, and it's the finale.
Oh,
so
okay.
they've saved the best.
That's sort of the big finish,
the
yeah.
craziest story.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed the series. I thought it's an
Nice.
easy watch, and it's interesting, and some of the scams you just won't believe.
Yeah.
And hers obviously turns out okay. She's phenomenal now.
But in the middle of it, just the amount of years and just wow.
You will not believe some of what you hear, and I can promise you it's all true.
Can I tell you something I just did a moment ago that I don't know if you caught? I went to lean because I'm interested in what you were saying.
Did
Jen.
you miss the lean?
I did.
I missed it.
My elbow missed the thing, and so I was like,
Give me a reenactment.
Okay, I'm interested. Jen is talking. I'm interested in what she's saying. Let me lean in. I did like that.
See, I missed because I was playing to the camera.
because you were doing what you were supposed to do, and I'm like, tell me more, Jen. I like what you're doing there. That's amazing.
And you're the guy that they're trusting to be in the circus. They give you a sword to pull out of some guy's mouth.
Get on a trapeze. Hey, that's great.
I'm just kidding. It happens to us all.
It does. Okay, it's 8:50, something that will happen after the break. End of show post. We have Facebook things to do. We'll be right back.
Have you always had trouble with your weight? Me too.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
With Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.
And I'm keeping the weight off.
I'm reducing my risk.
Wegovy is the only weight management medicine proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events such as death, heart attack, or stroke in adults with known heart disease and obesity.
Don't use Wegovy with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines or in children under 12. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation and gallbladder or severe stomach problems. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes. Call your prescriber about vision changes, if you feel your heart racing while at rest, or if you have mental changes. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, flu or upset, headache, feeling tired, dizzy or bloated, gas, and heartburn. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
With Wegovy,
I'm losing weight,
I'm keeping it off.
and I'm lowering my CV risk.
Ask your prescriber about Wegovy.
During Sleep Outfitters President's Day sale, find dream deals store-wide. Save up to $800 on select adjustable sets from Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Sealy. Now at Sleep Outfitters, the way mattress shopping should be.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Advantage for $20 per month plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-294-0246. Spectrum Internet gives you the power to stream all the shows, movies, and sports you love.
During Sleep Outfitters President's Day sale, get any size mattress for the twin size price. That's up to 50% off most Sealy or Encore mattresses. Queen start at just $199. Now at Sleep Outfitters, the way mattress shopping should be.
Okay, adorbs. Look at that little runaway. Safe and sound, by the way. A baby seal spotted in the snowy streets of New Haven, Connecticut.
What?
Reportedly, it just wandered in from the beach. Maybe had an injured flipper.
Oh no, baby.
It was turned over to an aquarium in the area, but not before a responding police officer fell just head over heels in love with that little seal.
Little water doggy. I just want to hold it.
Now, if that seal started singing about a Baja Blast,
or kiss.
Yeah, then you'd really
Kiss on a rose.
You'd really have something.
Gosh.
You know?
Maybe they should have given that seal to Seal.
I wonder if
Like, he's
Seal,
got enough money. He could have an aquarium of his own.
I'm going to tell you
The
right
singer,
now.
We're talking about the singer Seal.
Seeing Seal's face
On the seal was
morph from a seal's, actual seal, animal seal's face is just something that's going to live with me for a long time.
So while I did not enjoy it, it haunts my dreams. Mission accomplished, because we all remember that commercial from the Super Bowl.
And I know Mountain Dew is involved. I think it was Baja Blast. I think.
Yeah. And was that Jason Momoa or somebody that kind of looked like Jason
Driving
Momoa?
the boat?
Yeah.
I think it was a Momoa-like looking person.
Okay, so there are others out there.
And I don't know if in the initial casting call, they were like, must be able to drive a boat.
And look like Jason
and
Momoa.
look a little bit like Jason Momoa, preferably with the ability to handle Seal's face morphing onto the body of an actual seal.
That was actually the first
That was
on the casting list.
If you can't get past
involved
this,
in this must be able to handle this.
Yeah, none of it matters.
Okay. What was our question yesterday?
Awards.
Major awards?
Something you've won in your life. Some intriguing trophy that you've
Tanner, our
you've won.
producer, who regular viewers will know that we talk to him upstairs all the time.
Oh, here.
Oh, he's here. He has won. His mother sent us
Where'd
this
it go?
award that he won for the Ohio Angus Boys Bred and Owned. And his ear has fallen off. And we've decided not to put it back on because you don't put
the nose back on the Sphinx.
nose back on the Sphinx, right?
Sure
This
don't.
is the way it is.
Sure
it's also
don't.
what, Tanner?
That's a cow. That's a girl cow.
What did I say? Oh, it's a girl cow.
See? That's why you got the award.
Do you want to stop
knew.
in? You want to stop in and visit the show while
Tanner's
since you're
down-
sitting over
down
here?
All right,
Okay.
let's get right to it. Mary says the most interesting award I received was this mug.
Okay.
With the back end and tail of a horse as
my
the
gosh,
handle.
I didn't know what that was at first.
Well, it was a trophy at a dressage show in the 1980s.
I could have been in that very dressage show with you, but I never won awards though. But I think that's outstanding.
That
I love
mug
it.
is a horse's patoot.
That's right. Rose says, in culinary school, my classmates and I had a deviled egg off competition, and I won, and I was awarded a sandwich.
I tell you what, any kind of competition that awards a sandwich is a competition I want to be involved in.
Can I just say, so far we've only done 2, and our viewers have really delivered.
Oh, Terry says this wasn't something I won, but it was given to me by one of my students. No award can beat that. The Chaos Coordinator is my self-awarded work title. Chaos Coordinator. Love it.
Will you keep reading, and I'm going to get a post ready?
Carol, I won these superlatives at my first job in 1984. Best drinker and hardest worker. When you can combine those two things, Carol, you are just a star employee.
Listen, I'm always convinced that playing cornhole, you got to have a drink in one hand and you know.
Work hard, play hard.
So
Jim.
yeah, work hard and play
Work hard, play hard. Do you have one? Because I have an idea for one.
Okay, good.
Okay, we talked about Cincinnati Ballet and how they're taking Wizard of Oz and obviously make it into a ballet, because that's what the ballet does. If you could take any movie and turn it into a ballet, what movie would it be?
Something that would involve dancing.
Go to the Arc Cincinnati with Bob and Jen Facebook page.
What if we did Step Brothers, the ballet?
Did we just become best friends?
Yes, and there's so much room for activities.
You waited for it, so we made it worth the wait. The President's Day sale is going on now at Big Sandy. Buy the Hot Point top load washer for $4.99, get the dryer half price, $7.49 buys the pair. LG kitchen bundle, buy the stainless French door refrigerator and range, get the matching dishwasher and microwave free. Over $2,500 in savings. Plus, get up to 3 years special financing with no money down during our President's Day sale at Big Sandy Superstore.
At Lindner Center of Hope, we're more than a mental health center. We're your steadfast source of clarity, hope, and guidance. Our commitment to individualized mental health care is unwavering. We prioritize your well-being through innovative treatments and compassionate expertise. Every journey is unique. We see you and offer a nurturing light along your path to mental health and healing. Lindner Center of Hope, illuminating pathways to a healthier, happier community. Visit us at LindnerCenterOfHope.org. Your journey to hope starts here.
Garage door problems? Our door's open. Door not budging? Our door's open. Oh yeah, our door's closed too. A quality garage door and dependable service is more important than you think. Call 513-PDQ-DOOR.
Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself means dealing with...
Okay, I'll give you half now.
Okay, and
this.
This is mine.
Don't suffer selling your car on your own. Visit WeBuyAnyCar.com to see what your car's worth. We make it easy. Get in, get out, and get paid at fair price.
Nice.
Get your free online valuation now at...
6 layers?
More.
15 layers?
More.
A zillion layers? Infinity layers!
More. Wait.
Good morning, I'm Jen Dalton.
I'm Sheila Gray. I'm Aaliyah Hodges.
And I'm Bob Herzog. Thank you for joining us. ARC Cincinnati, 9 o'clock. Happy Friday Eve.
Yeah, and before we get to the talk of the table, we want to let you know that all lanes of southbound 75, they are still closed at the Norwood Lateral for a crash. I mean, it has been closed all morning long. Unsure how long that it will last. You can check ogo.com for updates.
Was there a spill? Is that what happened there?
There was a semi that was on its side, and apparently there was something that was spilled, so they're still cleaning that up.
When it's this kind of cold, you can imagine what kind of job that would be.
Oh, forget it.
All right, now let's get to the talk of the table.
Okay, let's take a live look at the Ohio River, courtesy of EarthCam. You could see the water level is still very high. But the good news is the river crested yesterday. The bad news, it could be until this Sunday before the water level is back to normal. Now, earlier this morning, we told you about first responders pull off a water rescue. 3 people were trapped in a car this morning on Riddle's Run near 536 in Boone County. That's close to Rabbit Hash. They were in water up to the door handles of their vehicle. All 3 were taken to the hospital for observation. You've heard us say this a dozen times this week, but when it comes to flood water, turn around, don't